Jiro here for Umbra Games with a review of 2008's Gears of War 2, played on Xbox 360 nearly 8 years after release. White Gravy / Velcro and I continued our journey to liberate the planet Sarah from the masses of genocidal locusts residing under the surface. Having only played the first Gears of War back near its release, I'll admit I'd found myself fairly unimpressed with the campaign and had never moved forward to this second iteration. Now that I've completed 2 though, I can honestly say it's not always good to judge a series by its first game. In retrospect, the first Gears of War sort of seems like a tech demo, and Gears of War 2 is a full game with some incredible set pieces, some meathead dialogue that's not just meaningless one-dimensional character banner, and some characters, both heroes and villains, that allude to something deeper than just endless amounts of locust chainsaw fodder. Marcus and Dom return as the playable characters in Gears of War 2's campaign, as they move from position to position, taking cover against waist-high walls, power sprinting between them, and popping out to take some shots. In attempting to inject some new life into the formula though, there are areas with mobile cover provided by some giant impenetrable worms you can lead forward with glowing fruit, as well as some blast shields that can be taken from slain locust brutes. One other additional feature is the ability to grab a downed but not quite dead locust to use as a meat shield, before finally giving them a neck-twisting execution. Gears of War 2's weapons include the now traditional assault rifle with chainsaw attached, the sniper rifle, and the shotgun, along with the newcomer flamethrower, and the unfortunately deceivingly disappointing torque bow. Once again, you can hold 2 weapons at a time in addition to your pistol and grenades. Most guns still have a fairly wide spread pattern, and both Velcro and myself got irritated with enemies dodging our sniper bullets. Sometimes you could see the bullet actually traverse through the enemy's head and it wouldn't register the damage. Maybe we can attribute some of that to network lag, maybe not. Gears of War 2 campaign is much more epic in scope, as it takes you through a full-scale planetary war as the locusts begin sinking human cities. You venture inside the belly of an impossibly big creature and to the depths of the planet of Sarah, searching through darkness in an impressive palace of the Locust Queen. While the Cog's quest is to find a way to eliminate the threat, Dom is also searching for his missing wife, who he believes to have been kidnapped by locusts, offering a much more terrifying prospect, as people are shipped in small Iron Maiden-looking containers. This premise brought forward a few unexpectedly emotional moments that were very well executed. Now, this isn't to say that the story is completely groundbreaking or unpredictable, as you can pretty much determine what's going to happen to the rookie that's with you for a few chapters that never takes off his helmet mask. The pacing of the first 4 acts is solid, but the 5th did kind of wander off the expected path, feeling a bit fillery at times. Not to mention the final boss fight was kind of a joke. We are left with some cliffhangers and unanswered questions, which is nice to have a bit of an overarching story between series entries. Graphically, Gears of War 2 features the same high-textured landscapes, and also unfortunately the return of the brown and green hues, but it is more easy to tell the difference between Marcus and his squad mates with an additional level of detail on facial features, and not having these troops tucked so far down into their power armor as to be indistinguishable from one another. The locusts continue to be disgustingly detailed as well, and brought about a few more types from the depths, including some shield bearers and some exploders. Don't you love my technical names for them? From a co-op perspective, the game continues to bring on some diverse challenges. In one such situation, we had split up to go down separate hallways that both had an internal wall that terminated into a deep pit, so we could look crossways and see what the other player was preparing to face. After dying a couple times, we were finally successful, and unanimously commented that it felt like we'd killed more enemies on each other's side of the hallway in an unspoken coordinated execution. There are more collectibles this time around, but we swapped out the cog tags for world-building documents and journals scattered throughout the world. Judging from the achievement, there were 41 such pieces, and together Velcro and I found just over 30 on one playthrough. Once again, online versus shooters aren't my thing, and while I didn't look, I'd have to assume the multiplayer would be all but dead. I assume most people would be on Gears of War Remastered for Xbox One at this point. Overall though, Gears of War 2 is a very solid game. Instead of looking at a walkthrough to count down the remaining chapters, we actually found ourselves in the opposite position of saying, yeah, let's just play a little more, and then not looking at the clock again until another hour had passed. Where the first's campaign had deterred my interest from future iterations, Gears of War 2 has me eagerly anticipating number 3. Rated as a third-person cover shooter, Gears of War 2 receives a 72 out of 100 on my true 1 to 100 scale, with 50 being an average game. This is Jiro for Umbra Games. Thanks for watching. 2 Gears down, one more core series, and a spin-off to go before Gears of War 4 arrives on Xbox One in October of 2016. Subscribe to receive notifications of the next reviews, or follow me on Twitter at Umbra Games.